Okay guys, let's explain the jump. I know we've already gone over it quite a bit already. So there's different variants of jump. So you can do something like jump 0x1000. This will jump to the memory address 0x1000. Obviously if you try to run that, it's going to cause some sort of segmentation fault because you probably won't have access to this address in user space, okay, in your user program. But yeah, you could have a routine of some kind and you could, jump to the routine. So that's another way, that's pretty much the same as the memory address, apart from you use a label which resolves the relative address here. So then obviously when line 4 runs, it'll jump to line 6 and then this code will run. So you can also jump to like a register. So if I say jump RAX, it'll get whatever memory address is in RAX and then it will jump to that memory address, okay? And here's an interesting one. You can actually do something like this as well. So we could have some sort of pointer label, and let's say that there's some sort of address in here of some kind. I don't know if that's 64 bits, probably a bit too much. I don't know, let's just do that. That'll be fine. And then you could do something like jump keyword pointer. So then that will obviously get the value from the pointer, which is this random value I made. Obviously the program will crash if you try to run that. It'll grab that pointer there, that pointer value, and then it'll try to jump to it. So line 6 will essentially try to jump to this value here, 0xFFFFFFFF. Okay, so that's kind of how the jumps work. So it is important to note on line 3, this is a relative jump, okay, 0x1000. It'll jump to that relative address, relative from the RIP register, which represents the current address of the instruction that's being run. Same for routine, this is relative addressing, okay, so the assembler will replace routine with the relative address to the routine. And line 5 and 6 are absolute addressing, okay. So the RAX will hold the absolute address and the pointer will be the absolute address. And you could specify default rel again, like we did in the Hello World tutorial, and that'll just ensure that pointer will use relative addressing. So without this, it can break independent position code, okay, which will mean that pointer will become some sort of absolute address, which the linker then needs to resolve later on. So the final thing I want to show you is the infinite jump, which we've already done before. That's just jump $, and that'll just jump to itself. So it'll jump to line 8. You can think of it like a while one loop, essentially. So that's the normal jumps. So thanks for watching. Thanks for watching this free YouTube video teaching you a topic on assembly language. If you really like this course, you can even learn kernel development in the description and put those assembly skills to practice. Check the video description where you'll get a link to the paid course at Dragon's App, and you'll learn how to build your very own 32-bit protective mode kernel that's multitasking all from scratch.